everyone, and welcome to a new video of Barcelona with Marta. My name is Marta and I'm a born and raised Barcelonesa, and in today's video I'm going to share with you my 10 top tips which are essential for a trip to Barcelona. These are the kinds of tips that I would like to hear if I were coming to Barcelona myself, from useful advice like how to get around or where to find public restrooms to very practical things such as language, money, internet, health and safety. So pay attention to today's video, especially if this is your first time in Barcelona, because in this video I will be sharing lots of useful information. Before coming to Barcelona, there are a few things you might want to consider, starting by what to bring in your suitcase. Of course, depending on the time of the year and the weather forecast, you will bring different items, but one tip I always give is to bring comfortable shoes. Since you will probably be walking a lot while visiting Barcelona, it's important to wear comfortable shoes to make walking as easy and pain-free as possible. As you will spend a lot of time outdoors, I also recommend bringing sunscreen, a hat and sunglasses so you don't get sunburned, especially in the summer. And if you're visiting in the summertime, remember that in order to enter a church there is usually a dress code. You shouldn't have your shoulders uncovered or wear very short shorts. Also very important to drink enough water. My advice is to always carry a bottle of water with you, which you can refill at any public fountain you see on the streets or in restrooms. Of course, if you forget any of these things, you can easily buy them in Barcelona, as the city is full of shops and supermarkets. If you forget any toiletries, you can always visit a store like Druni or Primor, where they have everything you need at great prices. Another practical tip, by the way, if you buy postcards and need stamps, tobacco shops are the places where you can get them. And this yellow thing, I don't know how to call this, but this is the place where you can put the postcards, letters, everything you want to send them back home to your family and friends. Another thing to take into account when preparing for a trip to Barcelona is to get travel health insurance with coverage in Europe, so that if anything happens, you're sure it will be taken care of without any surprises. Don't forget to bring all the medicines you might need during your stay or your doctor's prescription in case you have to buy them here. And if you have allergies, it's a good idea to translate them beforehand and to look online for alternatives. If something minor happens, like you get a blister on your feet, feel unwell or catch a cold, there are many pharmacies around the city where you can get advice and medication. Look, and in this pharmacy they also speak multiple languages, so they can also help you in English and more. If you do get sick and you need to see a doctor, there are two options. You can go to the closest CUAP, Emergency Primary Care Center, which is open day and night for people who cannot wait for a regular appointment. Or if it's a life-threatening situation, you can call 112 or go to the nearest hospital. One more tip to keep in mind is to check in advance whether you'll be going to a public or private hospital and make sure your insurance covers it. Unfortunately, Barcelona is famous for having pickpockets, especially in very busy areas such as the touristy Ramblas. My advice here is to come prepared with an anti-theft belt or bag, and don't carry valuables in your back pockets. It's also advisable to make copies of all your documents and bring those with you, while leaving the originals in the hotel safe. A good way to avoid attracting pickpockets is to stay alert, especially in crowded areas. If possible, try not to stand out too much as a tourist. No oversized backpacks, no selfie sticks, no shorts in the winter, and no beach slippers unless you're actually at the beach. So for example, right now is February, it's a sunny, warm day, and I've already seen several tourists wearing t-shirts and even shorts. And for us locals, it makes no sense since we are still in the winter, so we are still wearing our jackets and coats. So if you are wearing a t-shirt, that clearly shows that you are a tourist. For your own safety, you might also want to avoid some areas at night. El Raval, for example, is right next to La Rambla, but it's known for being a bit sketchy, especially at night. So I would avoid that area after dark. You should also be aware of the scammers. In Barcelona, there are a few common ones, such as the painted people in front of the cathedral with the balloons, the people taking photos of you, the people giving you a massage or selling you stuff at the beach, or the people helping you out on the vending machines at the metro. They all do this for the money, so if you don't want to spend your money on that, you should politely decline and carry on. And if anything happens, know that there is a police station on La Rambla that is open 24/7 where you can file a report or ask for help. If you're liking this video so far, remember that the best way to support me and this channel is by giving it a like and to subscribe. Now let's talk about money. As you might already know, here in Spain we pay with euros. So when visiting, it's handy to bring some euros in cash for small purchases, tips, or in case your card doesn't work. Just so you know, prices in shops and on restaurant bills already include taxes, so there's no need to calculate anything extra in Spain. If you need an ATM, the safest place is to go to an actual bank and not a random ATM that you can find on the streets. Look, this is a great example of what I mean. Right now I am on the Rambla and there is this ATM here, but instead my advice is to go to an actual bank, which in this case is right on the left, so it's very easy. There are also many exchange offices around Barcelona, but if you need to exchange dollars to euros or any other currency, I would also suggest using a local bank such as CaixaBank, which has several locations around the city, including Plaza de Catalunya and the airport. However, since most businesses nowadays accept foreigner cards, I wouldn't bring too much cash. What I would advise is to make sure beforehand that your card allows international transactions and to bring at least one backup card just in case. And remember, if you're paying by card and you're asked whether you want to pay with dollars or euros, the best option in most cases is the euro. A question related to money that I often get on my tours is tipping and how we do it in Spain. Even though tipping in Spain is not mandatory, it is very much appreciated. What we typically do when we go to a restaurant and we like the food and the service, we leave a tip. This can be a few coins or simply rounding up the bill. And if you're very happy, you can of course leave more, but that's it. If you're traveling from outside the European Union, know that you can also apply for a VAT refund. You can request this refund at the airport, at the port, or in places like El Corte Inglés. So if you're planning on making big purchases while you're in Barcelona, it's worth looking into. Another tip no one talks about but will save you money is to bring your own bag when shopping, since nowadays you have to pay for the plastic bag. For instance, I always have a folded bag in my bag in case I do some purchases. And these trolleys here, this is what actually locals use to do their groceries. So you will see these also a lot around in the city. Another essential tip for your trip to Barcelona is, of course, having internet access. That way you can stay in touch with family and friends, access your email, check travel updates, use maps, and much more. So in order to do this, first of all, what you need to do is to make sure that your phone provider also offers data coverage abroad. And if that's not the case, then maybe you want to consider buying an eSIM card for your trip. To avoid high unexpected charges while traveling, it's better to turn off data roaming in your phone settings and rely on Wi-Fi. It's also important to book a hotel that offers free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to use your mobile data while you're there. The city of Barcelona also offers free Wi-Fi spots throughout the city, which are easy to recognize through this blue icon. You can also access the internet in many cafes and shops, such as the Apple Store at Plaza de Catalunya. Another good idea is to already download the map of Barcelona on your phone, for instance, through Google Maps, and that way you can use this map while you're in Barcelona without using your data. And look, if you're more of an old school map person, here they sell them for €5.50. And they have them in different languages as well. Also very handy to know, the street names are usually on the corner of the streets and look like this. And often there's also an area map to help you find your way. If you're worried about the language and whether people in Barcelona speak English, well, don't worry. People in Barcelona, especially those working in hotels, restaurants and shops in the city center, are used to welcoming foreigners and usually speak English, or at least a little. Besides that, Spaniards tend to be very friendly and social, so even if someone doesn't speak much English, they will usually do their best to help you. That means that you don't need to follow a Spanish course in order to visit Spain. But of course, knowing a few words helps, and locals will really appreciate. And also, don't forget that Barcelona is the capital of Catalonia, where we also speak Catalan. Look, in here you can see the difference between the two languages that we speak here in Barcelona. So this one here, it's written in Catalan, and this side is written in Spanish. So if you really want to win the heart of the locals, you could also learn a few Catalan words, such as bon dia for good morning, gracias for thank you, and adeu for goodbye. If you're arriving early and your room isn't ready yet, you will be happy to know that there are several companies around town offering luggage storage. You can leave your bags there for a few hours and start exploring without having to carry them around. This is another locker. This one is located nearby Plaza de Catalunya, which is like the epicenter of the city of Barcelona. This one is open from 9 to 9. And their lockers, they cost between €4, the medium size, and €14.50, the biggest one, which is a XXL. If you need to get directions while you're in Barcelona, my suggestion would be to use Google Maps, because it works perfectly in the city for both routes on foot and by public transport. Public transport is, by the way, an excellent way to get around the city. It's fast, safe and affordable. The metro in particular is very efficient, which is why I always recommend staying near a metro station. And remember, with your T-Mobilitat card, you have access to all the public transport system in Barcelona, which includes the metro, buses and trams. I also have a full transportation guide on my website, which I will link in the description below. important topic nobody talks about but essential is where to find restrooms. In Barcelona, you can stop at a bar or cafe, preferably ordering something, or go to a public building such as a library, market, museum, or cultural center, where there are usually free restrooms. For example, at Palau de la Virreina, in the building behind me, you can find free public restrooms. However, in very busy places such as the Boqueria market, nowadays you do have to pay to use the restroom. A pro tip at La Boqueria is to ask for the receipt when you buy something, because with that receipt you can use the restroom for free. And if you're traveling with babies, you will be happy to know that many places nowadays offer diaper changing facilities. A good option is El Corte Inglés at Plaza de Catalunya, where you will find free toilets, diaper changers, and even nursing rooms. Also, don't be surprised if you see signs in the restroom asking you not to flush paper or other items down the toilet. This is to prevent clogs. Last but not least, let's talk about attraction tickets. Nowadays, places like Sagrada Familia and Parkway, two of Gaudí must-see landmarks, require online tickets. The same goes for Gaudí's houses. As they are very popular, it's highly recommended to buy tickets in advance to make sure you can visit on your preferred date and time. Many travelers ask when is the best time to visit. My advice would be to visit these places early in the morning as soon as possible to avoid the crowds, with the exception of the Sagrada Familia, which is best by sunset. You will find all the information regarding the tickets on my website, and if you subscribe to my newsletter, know that you will receive a special discount that you can use to buy your tickets. And even though it's very understandable that you want to make the most of your time in Barcelona and see as much as possible, I would also recommend leaving some time to relax and to really enjoy the city. So that was it for today's video. These were my top 10 tips for your trip to Barcelona. On the channel, I also have another video which is about the things what not to do in Barcelona, which you might find interesting to watch afterwards. And remember, I have a website full of information that will help you plan your visit to Barcelona. And if you want, you can also hire me as your guide so that we can explore the city together. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to the channel so that I can keep showing you the very best of Barcelona. Bye bye, adios!